I loved this movie so much. I'm sure you're hearing that from everyone. When did you first realize you were part of such a special movie?
On set. On set, I realized it just had a different feeling. I had never been a part of something where it felt like every single member of the crew was on the same creative wavelength, and it really felt like, it felt like a family. It was a very personal movie for a lot of people, not just Alfonso, who's making it for his own personal reasons, but it just felt different, and for me, it was a real opportunity as an actor, and I knew that it was something I could really pour myself into, and so I just felt like at Sundance that was like all validated and people were really getting it, and it was just such a fulfilling experience to kind of watch it with all those people, and they're like laughing at jokes that you don't even find funny anymore because you're so close to it, and it was overwhelming.
As a cinephile, obviously myself, I loved seeing Werner and all the references to all these different movies. How familiar were you with all the movies, and how much were you having to nerd out and be like, catch up?
Yeah, I had to play a lot of catch up. I mean, I thought I liked movies, and then I met Alfonso and realized I just knew nothing. I don't know if you're going to talk to him, but...
I have twice.
Okay, yes, and he's just... his love for film is so infectious, and ever since I first met him for his first movie, Town That Dreaded Sundown, he sent me a lot of, like, 5 DVDs in the mail, and I didn't even get the part in that, he still sent me DVDs. And 2 of them we actually ended up parodying in this movie, so everything sort of came full circle, but that was a lot of my preparation, was just watching all these movies that they're parodying. I just thought it would be sort of dishonest to be parodying films that I hadn't even seen for myself, and I wanted to like them the way that Greg liked them, and I don't know, I liked that his taste was really specific and obscure. I mean, most people won't even get half of these references, which I like, they'll hopefully go discover them after they watch it.
I think in New York and LA, a lot of people are going to get them.
Yeah.
The hardcore movie fans are going to, like, flip.
Definitely.
What has the last year or two been like for you? Because when you look on the always accurate IMDb, you have been doing at least a few things, and it does feel like there is a little momentum going right now.
Yeah.
Have you sort of felt it on your side?
Yes, but most of it has to do with this film. I mean, this film really kind of got the ball rolling again for me. I as an actor, you keep hitting these new points, and you think, oh, I'm breaking out now, and so I could kind of like be picky or whatever, and then I didn't work for a year almost, and so I took a bunch of films, some that I'm like, now what's going to happen with them? I just took too many films, some that might not come out for a long time, and then I got Me and Earl, which was like just the thing that I had been looking for as an actor. It's just such a meaty role for me, and that was kind of when a lot of things changed, and then Stanford Prison Experiment followed right after, which I was also incredibly proud to be a part of. And then some other films that are hopefully coming out in the next year that were kind of felt like they're part of like this second phase of my career, and now so many doors have opened just with the reception that this film's getting.
Well, I was going to say, what is it like? It's you win the lottery if you're like the buzzed about Sundance film. It's like and this is one of the films that came out of Sundance with huge buzz. What was it like returning? I don't know if you live in Hollywood or not, or if you live
I do. I live in LA. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So, what was it like returning to LA after Sundance? And was it all of a sudden like a lot more meetings, a lot more? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was. It's less going in and reading with a casting director, and more like people want to sit down with you and talk to you, and you're getting noticed by different filmmakers, which is the most amazing thing. Just getting recognized for your work, the kind of work that you want to be doing, is really fulfilling. And so, yeah, I'm really just trying to capitalize on that and just, challenge myself and hopefully find some new work that is as challenging as Me and Earl was.
I've been playing a game with people on the site. I don't know if you have seen it recently. It's called Save or
Kill. Yeah, I know.
You really actually do.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so we're about to play with you. Have you seen any of the episodes?
I don't. Wait, you have to refresh me on the game. I know.
It is, I'll tell you, one of these things can be saved. One of these is erased from existence forever. What do you save?
Okay.
Mention the one that you would like to save.
All right.
It's kind of like a way of finding out what you like.
Okay.
No pressure. At least a little. Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars.
Game of Thrones or Breaking Bad?
Breaking Bad.
The Wire or Mad Men?
The Wire.
NSYNC or Backstreet Boys?
NSYNC.
Zelda or Mario?
Mario. Mario.
Han Solo or Indiana Jones?
Han Solo.
The Beatles or Rolling Stones?
Rolling Stones.
Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings?
Harry Potter.
Iron Man or Captain America?
Iron Man.
Twilight or 50 Shades of Grey?
50 Shades. I haven't seen either, so I don't really.
Right, no, it's all good. This one's brutal if you're a film fan, and I make no apologies. Scorsese or Spielberg?
Scorsese.
That was a very decisive. You're like,
Oh God, yeah.
do you have one? Is there a Scorsese? Because I love Goodfellas and couldn't live without it.
My favorite Scorsese movie changes throughout the years. I think right now it's still King of Comedy, though.
I would never knock that movie.
Okay.
Ever. DC or Marvel?
DC.
Is there a reason you say DC?
I don't know, Batman, I guess.
Sure. Superman?
Marvel is just like overloading, just like I can't handle it all right now. There's so much out there.
I every day I am thankful for the superhero genre because as someone who runs a website, there is a lot of interest in superhero movies and TV shows.
Yes.
So
I know you cover it all, and like I can tell that you really love it, but
I don't love all of it.
Yes, there's so much of it that I have to like pick and choose, and I haven't seen most of it, but there are like a few that I really love.
Back to the Future or Ghostbusters?
Back to the Future.
Sopranos or Walking Dead?
Sopranos.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with wrestling. Andre the Giant or Rowdy Roddy Piper?
I'm gonna go with Andre the Giant. I don't watch a lot of wrestling.
No, it's
more the vintage choice.
Yeah, 100%. Hypothetically, did you borrow anything from set when you were making this? Because I know you wouldn't actually steal anything.
No, but I did. As a gift, they gifted me the 16mm Bolex camera.
That's a hell of a gift.
So cool, yeah.
Now, have you actually shot anything with that Bolex? Or it's just sort of in the bedroom.
It's something that I have that I'm trying to figure out what to do with it, and I haven't used it yet. But they got me a bunch of film rolls too, so I'm gonna make something sort of experimental with it.
I was gonna say very avant-garde.
Yeah, something that doesn't need sound. Or something gonna add in sound later. Yeah.
The real question is, will you find a lab that actually can process the film?
Right, that's the headache, of it. I'm watching YouTube videos on how to load it correctly, and I feel like I don't want to ruin the film before I even.
I've worked with that Bolex before. You need to do it in a very dark room or have a dark bag.
No, I know all that now, but like, and I know how to. They taught me how to operate it on set, which was really cool. But I just feel like I don't want to screw it up and ruin all the film that I just shot on.
I completely understand.
Yeah.
What is it like right now in terms of you wanting? What are you looking for your next thing in terms of, like, are you trying to push into a certain genre, or is it about the filmmaker and the script?
It's about the filmmaker and the script, 100%. I don't have a dream role or anything. It really is about wanting to work with people that I think are better than me, and people, just wanting to challenge myself and just getting away from high school is a big thing. I've been playing, I'm 23 now. I've been playing 17 for like 6 years. So,
there is some people that will cherish being able to play younger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's more about playing the same beats. There's just things that I can't relate to as much anymore, and I'm wanting to do more grown-up things.
Well, it's funny you say that because I've seen a shitload of high school movies, and some of them are really terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not one of those terrible movies.
Well, thank you.
It is a very unique. You know what I mean? I think it's one.
I never thought of it as like a teen movie or a high school movie. It's just a movie about a lot of things to me.
100%. But the fact that it does take place like senior year,
right?
You know what I mean?
People have ideas about it.
100%. When you think back on the making of the film, is there like a day or two that you would consider like memorable moment? Like when people ask you, what do you remember from making the movie? Was there a day or two that you remember specifically?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot of days that were really memorable for different reasons. I can talk about this one because it's something that I can't forget about because I feel like it hasn't come full circle yet because I haven't seen the scene and it's not in the movie anymore. But it was my major audition scene, and it was something that I had been living with for so long that by the time we got to shooting it, I was just so I couldn't find a new angle on it. It was feeling like I felt like I was acting. I was getting really, really frustrated. It's this big 2.5-minute monologue that takes place sort of at the end of the movie when you need to kind of be quiet for a while, and the movie is very sort of calms down. It's in sort of a different mood, and so it just didn't work for a lot of reasons that now make sense to me. But at the time, I was really frustrated. I was like, oh, that's like my scene, you know. But I had to let it go, and I still haven't seen it. And now Alfonso's saying he's going to put it on the DVD extras, which makes me really nervous because I felt like I was so naked. It's like takes place. I'm giving a speech to an auditorium of kids, you know, and it was so frustrating to me that the only way that I could kind of snap into it or out of it or whatever, was I just kind of went backstage and just like punched a wall as hard as I could, and for whatever reason, like that kind of got the emotion flowing, and I came out and I was like, okay, that was the good take. That was the take you have to use. And Alfonso agreed, and everyone was like, that was amazing, you know. But now it's not in the movie, so it doesn't matter, you know. But that's the day that I think of as the most frustrating day for me.
Well, at least it'll be on the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
God.
I think it was like 15 or 20 minutes, he said.
Oh, really?
I could be wrong about that number.
No, that's probably right, because that scene goes on for a bit, and then there's another scene also at the end that's a lot of dialogue that it was cut.
I'm going to end there and say thank you so much for your time.
Well, thank you.
The movie's fucking great.
Oh,
Congratulations.
thank you very much.
Let me hit stop.